Hi Virgo, welcome to New Era. My name is Emma. Virgo, welcome back, both to whoever's been here before and to any newcomers, and to myself, I very arrogantly say, because I've been away for a bit over 2 weeks before I started to do these readings again, and I am super psyched to be back. I really have missed this medium to do this. So, well, no further ado, I would just jump right in, and I'll have your as a basis for your reading is your awakening path, because I believe that we're all on this very awakening path right now, and if you're drawn to me and to this channel, you probably are. So Virgo, what's going on for you? It's a general reading, no specific topics. It can really be anything that wants to come out. I'm using the Fairy Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue. Absolutely gorgeous. There's one. And we're looking for another one. Please fast forward if you feel like it takes too long. There you go. We get 2 cards for the second one. It's so interesting how gorgeous how it's... I mean, it is my vibration, and it is my... It's coming through me, right? So it's not going to be completely detached from me. So there's sort of a... Whoever's drawn to this channel could probably get something out of each and every sign, even though it's not your sun or moon or rising. There's slight difference here and there, but there are very much of the same coming out. That's one thing. And the other thing is, when stuff keeps coming out over and over again, for me, it means that it's very much the collective is going through the same thing. It's what was very separated at some point is very much everybody's going through the same thing. It's like saying everybody's going through the pandemic right now, or whatever that is. It's something similar for everybody. So it's the exact same cards coming out. There's something with the Canadian... I'm not pretending to be having the Canadian dialect down, but a boat and coming out, and there's something with the, I don't know, Canada, something. Yeah, same cards coming out over and over again, coming out. For winter, I don't know tarot. I can't talk. I don't know tarot. So I'm using the images to get my own guidance going. It's been a couple of comments about me saying that for winter means this, when actually in traditional tarot it means this. It probably means something very accurate and very specific in traditional tarot. Only it isn't. I just want to make that clear. It isn't a traditional tarot reading. I use it for however I interpret it, and with the help of my guides, I'm giving the message. So this is a person sitting in a tree. This is a huge tree, and there's a hole in the tree, and there's a person sitting inside of it, and I feel like that's you. And this has become my card for hibernating. I didn't know this word when I started to do the readings on Aries. You're my 6th sign. Hibernating has come out a lot. It feels a bit like hermit. It feels a bit like Virgo, you've been hermiting. You're in the hermit mode, or you've been in the hermit mode. And whether this has to do with the pandemic, or whether this has to do with you would have chosen to be in this mode anyway, take whatever resonates with you. But there's something about hibernating, going within, staying within, finding out the answers from within right now. We're going to go deeper into this, but that's the basis for the first card out. And then we have 3 of Winter, and this 3 of Winter has kept coming out, and somebody commented that this meant 3 of Swords, which has to do, I believe, with communication, and probably a bit tough communication. That's not what I pick up here at all, because what comes out, it comes out underneath this beautiful Prince of Summer, which is very much about love and meeting somebody new and being flirtatious and having fun. It's like I was going to say it's a quick love, but it's not quick love. It's a quick falling in love. It's a quick read on the card. So we'll read on the card. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So so thank you. They're saying it way better. It actually is printed here in the card. Falling in love suddenly. That's what I tried to say. It's not like it's a sudden love, or or that it's quick in and quick out. It's like falling in love suddenly. It happens overnight. Maybe not overnight, over day. It's a quick, it goes from nothing, and then all of a sudden it's like you're full on in this relationship. You really fall hard for this person. And so this Three of Winter comes out underneath it. They come out together. And for me, this is just, this Three of Winter, if it's anything troublesome in the traditional tarot, it could be further away from it, because this card has now become my family card. It's like, we have Mama Bear, which has sort of come out after the hibernating. The bear goes into hibernation, går i ide, I would say in Swedish, hibernation, and then the bear comes out being all rested and well. This card from his family, it's like Mama Bear, Papa's, it looks like Santa Claus, and this is you with 3 wands, trollspö, very much the magician, very much having control over a situation, but feeling like you have your peers with you, meaning it could be family members, soul tribe, feeling like you belong. Here's where you belong. So with the sudden falling in love suddenly, and sometimes it's just so easy. Sometimes it just sits right in front of you, like reading the words out loud instead of trying to figure out what I'm being given. Yeah, it's falling in love suddenly, and it's going to be family. You're going to feel like immediate family. Maybe you go from, whatever situation you come from, Virgo, whether you have been in a relationship, whether you have been single for the longest time, it's like, you can spend all this time with certain people and you might feel okay, you might feel good. And then you meet those people where immediately, like in a day or like in an hour, you just know they're just your family. I actually have a very cute story about one of my very dearest friends. Sarah is her name. Long time ago, we were attending the only sort of convention. I don't know if you call it a convention, but this only thing that I attended, it was around healing. We were attending the same thing, and I came in early that morning. I was with 2 other friends, and I came in a bit later because I've gotten coffee, and my 2 friends were standing further down, like in the front of me, in line, and I just felt bad to cutting. It's just me. I felt bad to cutting in front of people, so just very politely stood far back. I just felt like I should just stand in line like everybody else. And as I was standing there, Sarah walked up, standing, whether she was in front of me or whether she came up behind me, and she just very bluntly said, "Do you really?" I never met her before, and her first words were, "Do you really have the audacity? Like, are you really having the nerve to come here and smell coffee?" Because it was nowhere to be found. I really had gone out of my way to get this coffee. I knew that they didn't have coffee there, so I organized it before coming there, having it in a cup. And she was like, do you really dare to stand here smelling coffee?" It's like, I know, it's just the way of my being, and I offered her to taste, and from that moment on, we were just sort of best friends. I rang up to my 2 friends in the front and I said, "Can you just make room for another person?" Because I knew that they were going to come in before me and get a seat for me. And I was like, "Can you just find another seat? Because I brought an extra friend." And it turned out that I spent this whole weekend with her. I barely said hello to my other good friends that I was there with. just immediately just started to talk with her, and we've been friends ever since. And that was like she talked to me in a way that you would only talk with somebody that you really trust, that you can sort of almost be a bit snarky against, or a bit like do you have the audacity to come here and smell coffee? Like, you don't say that to a stranger because you might think that they take offense or something. This is the feeling I get here. This is the vibe. It's a clear coming home. Thank you for attracting the. I almost get a bit emotional because it's been a while since I've seen her in person now, because it brings me back to that feeling of home. To just have that immediate connection. You just know when you meet them. For you, this is not a friend. It's not a co-worker. This is a romantic partner. So we have Prince of Summer, and I love that this little fur ball comes out here. I think it's called somebody wrote it to me because we had this in another reading. I think it was a Gemini reading, perhaps, or Taurus or something like that. And outside here, like 20 minutes into the video, outside here, I think it's called dandelion or dandelion, something like that. They look like this. It was floating around, like it really float. It looked like an orb at first, and orbs can show up in the video. And at first I thought it was just that. And then I was like, oh, it's that sort of fluffy flower that is flying by, and you can really see it in the video. And then later on, a card came out with all of those, like, in the picture. And here we have another one of those, which is actually one. It really is one of those. So I want to say, either you literally have those, like you see those floating around in the air for you at wherever you're at. You literally will see them, and they're sort of an indicator that your person is near. It can also indicate that you're just seeing a lot of signs right now about your person. You're seeing birds or feathers or butterflies, or however, sort of, your inner language, right? Yourself, you know what's being broadcast for you as a sign. I think that's the signs are being very clear right now for you in terms of this person coming in. They want to describe them as romantic, captivating, dramatic, and flirtatious. Exactly. It's not a flirt. It's not a fling. I just want to make that clear. I feel like this is you coming home. It's family. It's sort of child, mama bear, papa, Santa Claus. It's immediate recognition of being at home. So it's just gorgeous. So let's dive deeper into each of these. So for a winter, can we clarify this, please? We can. It's a very quick energy, guys. Oh, wow. So the for a winter is blue. So it's very much around your throat chakra, which is just talking about your authentic self, telling the truth, living your most authentic life. And then we have the High Priestess and the Star. This hibernating, this hermit mode has really paid off. Whatever you're doing, even though you're not like completely have locked yourself in, whether this is pandemic over time that has led to this, you really have, is the High Priestess. I do apologize, it reverses the images, but I'm keeping it in for various reasons. It's the number 2, so it's conversation, communication, and relationships. And the High Priestess to me has become the relationship or the conversation between you and your inner being, between you and your higher self, or the universe, or however you want to say this. The High Priestess knows herself. She knows her inner voice. She listens to the inner voice. I mean, the inner voice is there for everybody, but the High Priestess really listens to it. And this card comes out to tell you that you can trust your intuition. If you're leaning towards making a decision somehow, some way, you can really trust your intuition. Your intuition is not giving false signals or false recommendations, if you will. Sometimes it can feel like we're going down a path and maybe you felt in the past that it's like trusting your intuition really set you off on the wrong path, but it doesn't really, because if you just trust that whatever feels right is going to eventually take you to where you want to go, and your intuition, or your inner being rather, knows you to the degree that sometimes you will be put on this path where, and since I'm saying this, you probably have, sometimes you're being put on this path where you would consider it to be the wrong choice. You would say, if I'd listened more to myself, I wouldn't have ended up here. Or if I were to choose again, I would choose differently. You wouldn't, because it's your inner being that is guiding you there, because your inner being knows that going through whatever you're going through is going to open up to lead you to the very thing that you want to go to, if that makes sense. So in that sense, you can always, always, always trust your intuition. I just want to say that this time around, you are one with your path. You and your inner being would agree, listen to your intuition this time around. You would agree that there's double information at the same time here, so I'm trying to sort things out as I'm talking if I sound a bit slow. Okay, thank you. Okay, one thing at a time. So this time around, you and your inner being would say, okay, I'm gonna listen to my intuition, and I'm gonna follow that guidance. And when you end up where you're gonna end up, you're gonna say, I was right to listen. Is what it's going to feel like this time around. So strong indicator that you can listen to your intuition, that you can trust it. Then we have the star. So we have a wish fulfillment here. There's something that you've been working towards, and like we had blue, and then we have purple and purple. So it's strong, like your spiritual transformation is really beautiful right now. Here we have those. It doesn't look like it when I look at it from this perspective, but when I do this, it's like we have these again. It looks like that there and there and there and there. It's like breadcrumbs, but in terms of dandelions or dandelions. I don't know how it's pronounced. Yeah, it's like you're being guided. You're being given breadcrumbs right now to whatever it is that you're walking towards. I think it's like a very fun journey for you to just really trust that whatever shows up, like the universe knows, your inner being knows what you want at this stage in your life. If you're listening to this message, you don't have to make another list. You don't have to ask for it yet again. You don't have to, like in a restaurant, you place your order. You look at the menu and you place your order. You ask for what you want, and then you sort of give it a rest. You drink some soda or a glass of wine or water or whatever you do, and you trust that when the meal is ready, they're going to give it to you. You don't sort of run out in the kitchen and keep checking if it's done. And so this is just, I get the sense that, like, okay, the universe knows now what you want in all areas, in every little minute, every little detailed thing. When it comes down to your career, your health, your body, your relationships, your money, whatever this is, the universe got your back, and the universe knows what you want. Now, what you're being asked to do is just follow the breadcrumbs, or follow the signs, because it's going to lead you right into the wish fulfillment. There's a wish fulfilled here with the star. It's not even that it's going to happen. Know that it's done. It's almost like you bought something, or that the person, we had the person on the table, the person is ready, the person is being baked, and it's ready, and it's sort of sitting in the next town or sitting in the next room, and in order for you to receive this gift, receive this thing that you purchased, it's sort of asking you to now follow the steps. It's like follow the steps to whatever feels right. So it's not necessarily that you follow the steps in terms of relationships, you follow the steps in terms of money, you just follow the steps in what feels right, and that eventually leads you to wherever you want to go. So trust your intuition. You're being shown the way right now. 17 is the immortality number, so it's like a strong, this can't fail type of thing. Adding number 1 with number 7, we have number 8, so it's the infinity sign, so above, so below, so in heaven, so on earth. Strong manifestational number. You're bringing stuff in right now. The star also indicates the Aquarius, so you might be dealing with an Aquarius somehow, some way, or you might have an Aquarius placement in your chart. So dive deeper into this relationship. What can we tell Virgos about this flirtatious falling in love suddenly? I see swans. I see 2 swans. I believe that swans are the guess just give me a moment to look at this before I show you. Doesn't swans mate for life? Like they meet their person and they stay with the same swan for the rest of their life. I think that's what they're doing. I love it's sort of intertwined between the like hibernating, the high priestess, the star, and then we have Queen of Spring and the Empress. And the Empress always is sort of a step up from the high priestess. It's like it's almost like the hibernating is step 1, the priestess is step 2, and then the Empress is step 4. Because of the evolution of the energy that I feel here, it's sort of time to reap what you've sown. It's time to really, really get into the harvest of this relationship. So it comes out underneath this relationship. Yeah, oh, I didn't see that before. That's interesting. I just saw falling in love suddenly. And then it says being swept off your feet. The need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. So I feel like this quick, like this tornado that feels like family. I don't want to say, I don't get that. I just want to be very clear here. I don't get that they are already in another relationship, or that they are living too far away for it to work, or being so inconvenient that it's not going to work. But there is something there with this Prince of Summer. There's something there that is, it's like asking you to really stay grounded. So whether this is an ex of this person coming in, this person might have a bit of baggage, or whether this is you coming in with an ex, like who doesn't have an ex these days, but it might stir things up for certain people around you to sort of stay clear, stay your course. Why are you with this person in the first place? Not because it's too tough with your exes. You're with this person because you love them, and it's because it's 100% home. It's where the hell did you get that coffee? Home. Okay? And these are almost the same cards as the Empress, and then we have the Queen of Spring. And they're sort of showing like 2 very confident women. This is not gender specific, so this could be for men as well. The Empress, she's like, she knows what she's doing. She's very comfortable in her own skin. And you've been asked to sort of step into this energy and stay there. No matter what happens, just stay there. Stay grounded. And this is sort of the same. I wanted to Focus, it's a bit too glary. Oh, wrong one. Focused recently. Anyway, you somewhat see it. She's dressed in red. We have a red border here. So it speaks about a true passion, like the heart is in the right place. This is a coming home. With the red border, you're building a new foundation. You're starting fresh. It's such a beautiful relationship, this, but I feel the need to stay grounded, to stay in your element, to know who you are, and almost sort of be very disrespectful or not pay attention at all to certain people around you that might have an opinion about what you're doing. It's none of their business. However, somebody's trying to sway you in some direction, that's not for you to deal with even. It's like, okay, but no thank you. Okay? I'm going to go into the extended and see what else I can find around this beautiful relationship coming in. And also with this wish fulfillment here, see deeper, maybe even what that is. And also at the very end of that, I'm going to have like a little short meditation, visual exercise, if you will, to just integrate this energy. I feel like it's important, and I felt inspired to start doing this. So like a little 5-minute, you can cut that out. You don't have to go into that if you don't want to. But I think it really helps. So that's at the very end of the extended reading. If you're interested in that, if you feel drawn to that, then the link is in the description box down below. If not, then thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back soon. Take care, Virgo.